These women, they always let another guy ruin their families, ruin their relationships, ruin the good guys. It's always another guy with these girls. It's always another guy, man. So at the end of the day, I think you just gotta make peace with the fact. Welcome, fellas. This is the Friday night edition, the Uncuts with me. This is gonna be the second episode. And it's gonna be massive. We're gonna dive onto another one today. I promise you, man, this is gonna be one of those solid videos that I make. One of those videos that I think are gonna be for real talk, not hating anyone's feelings, just telling the truth, so that we enlighten the gents out there, It's a Thursday night edition with me, Dennis Alpha, man. Take your seat and listen to this guy. Oh, winter's coming out in South Africa. Summer is coming, in life, I figured that we have to make peace with certain situations. If you want to have a good life, a peaceful life, you have to make peace with certain situations, certain behaviors about women. Just gotta make peace with a lot of things, man, and accept them as they are, and find a way to work around them as they are. Because certain things, no matter how hard you try, you just can't change them. You just can't change them. They are just the way how it is. That's why certain terms exist. That's why red pill exists. That's why blue pill exists. That's why female nature, female behavior, manosphere, those terms, that's why they exist. Because of behavior of certain individuals, human beings, So I just want to say, man, have you ever seen or have you ever heard when she's telling you a story, like making peace with a situation is gonna help you. It's gonna help you. Sometimes your girl is gonna be telling you stories, and certain parts in that story are being left out. She's telling you a story, but this story has got gaps. Why is the story having gaps? Because she's lying. She's protecting another guy. Whenever you have to fill in gaps in the story when you are being told something, the story is not full. Something there is being protected. Something's being protected, and it's definitely another guy. So that's gonna be the topic for today. I think that's a great topic. Another guy. When another guy is in the picture, man. When another guy is in the picture, games start being played. When another guy is in the picture, stories don't make sense anymore. It's another guy. And unfortunately, with the modern times, the modern dating, the modern woman, with the amount of attention that they're getting, there'll forever be another guy. That's why I said in the beginning of the video, we just gotta make peace with certain things so that we are peaceful and we work around them. That's why we're making these topics. That's why we're making these videos, so that we work around them as guys. How do we deal with this elephant? Because this is definitely the elephant, man. Like, there's always that guy with these women. There's always that guy with these females. I don't know why. There's always a nigga. It's never just you. And I just mentioned a few signs to know when there's another guy in the picture, man. She said her phone went off. It's another guy. She started to develop some certain attitude you don't know. It's another guy. Trust me. She started to change in a way that you don't get. It's another guy. That's why sometimes it's important to let women be. Let women be who they want to be, man. If she wants to be for the street, you gotta let her be for the street, Because, certain things, they're just the way how they are. And more especially with the modern times, man. With the modern times where we are now, just gotta accept, man. We just gotta accept. Remember, attention means more than love. Attention means more than love in her world. Attention is her currency. Why do you think she does the BBL? Why do you think this woman put these tights, these tights that I think I'll put them on the screen there. Why do you think they put in those tights? Attention means more than love in their world. That's why you gotta make peace with certain situations and accept certain situations. There's always a guy. There's just always a guy. I don't know. Comment them and there's always a guy. And the sad thing. Let me have this so I can speak the fact. Yeah. Most of the time, if your girl is always in the passenger seat, it's another guy. Not even your girl. If a girl is always posting on a passenger seat, it's another guy. If on her Instagram she doesn't have posts, only highlights, stories highlights, man, trust me, she's dealing with another guy. And the sad thing about this is that most guys are in jail because of another guy. Most guys are dead because of another guy. I think this is the most realest video I've made so far, man. Most guys are in jail in hospitals because of another guy. Most guys are drinking pills. Most guys are drinking pills because of another guy. Most guys are having insecurities today because of another guy. These women, they always let another guy ruin their families, ruin their relationships, ruin the good guys. There's always another guy with these girls. There's always another guy, man. So at the end of the day, I think you just gotta make peace with the fact that these women have guys and these women wanna be for the streets. And you let them be who they are. Every time when these girls are together, they're talking about guys. Trust me, they're talking about guys more than us men talk about girls. I'm telling you, man, if you can't grab this information and accept it as it is and work around it, hey man, you're gonna raise kids that are not yours. You're gonna raise kids of another guy. There's always another guy, man. This is sad because we lost the good OGs, man. We lost the good men because of another guy. There's always another guy. This guy can be the guy from her past or the guy she just met. They come across guys every time. It's always another guy. This is the Friday night edition, and I hope you're still enjoying. I know I'm speeding fact. I hope you're still enjoying and you're relaxing. It's a Friday, man. Next week I might be having a guest. I might be having a guest. I think she'll tell us why there's always another guy with this woman. Why there's always another guy with this woman. There's always another guy. Passwords begin to be different on her phone. It's another guy. It's another guy. It's another guy, man. And if you are that guy that she's doing these things with you, man, you are actually signing your death while you're still alive. Signing your death, man. You can't be entertaining these girls like that. Most especially if you know they've got men, they're married. You can't be doing that. There's no truth in that, man. You are getting between the vows that were made. You're not a good man. This girl has got a nigga, but you are also part of that rotation. It's not good. These girls behave in rotations. It's just so sad, man. Just so sad. Just so sad. And to think it's gonna get worse. It's still gonna get worse. It's still gonna get worse. They're still gonna entertain guys. That's why now, this is so sad. This is so sad, but DNA tests need to be at the back of your head 24/7. It needs to be at the back of your head, man. Because either we like it or not, like these women are dealing with another guy. There's you in the front, there's another guy at the back. You know. There's a voice note that I heard here on TikTok. This woman was like, nah, this guy didn't marry me. You know, he didn't pay the full lobola. So why can't you just leave? Why are you bringing guys in your union, why are you bringing guys? You know, if you want to be a whore, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, just be truthful, tell the truth. You want to be for the street, you belong there, it's okay. You know, it's always another guy, man. It's always another guy. And there's some things that they'll make you believe that you are the only guy, while on the back end there's another guy. Tell you the truth, man, most of the gents died. Most of the gents are drinking pills. Can be ARVs, can be high blood, you know, low confidence. Most guys are in clubs right now drinking not because they want to, because of another guy, man. A woman started to behave different, started to walk different, you know, started to move different. I'm telling you, once there's a minor change with your woman, once you start to move different, once you start to talk different, her attitude starts to be bad, trust me, it's another guy. Once she starts to tell you that, you know, there's something missing, it's another guy. It's another guy, man. The story, like, I can't finish if I can go on like this, man. I can't finish. Like, this is sad and this is happening now in our lives. It's happening now. It's urgent. This is urgent, I'm telling you, man. This is gotta be dealt with. You know, if you the guy that still want to marry, it's okay, you know, but there are ways of getting into that marriage that you can take. You know, if monogamy is what you want, you gotta get monogamy, but there are ways that you can do that in these modern times, because these women are definitely having other niggas, other guys from their past, from their present, at work. There's another guy on Instagram, there's another guy at the gym, there's another guy, you know. And you want to raise a family, so like there are ways, man. Prenup can be one of the things. Prenup can be one of the ways. I was telling the other guys, I think in the past weeks, that I don't mind buying the ring. I don't mind making a big wedding. I don't mind seeing her dressed in white, as long as I'm not signing any document. As long as I'm not signing any document. Then, you know, I know it's, you can argue that and say, if you've paid lobola already, that put you, I think we can negotiate that. We can talk. We can talk that when the time comes. But this one of signing, including the government, I mean, you gotta think twice, man. These women are having niggas at church. There's a nigga at church. There's a guy at church. There's a guy at the gym. There's a guy at she's doing what? She's doing choir. She's doing music. There's a guy here. You know, like, this is just so sad, man. It's just so sad, and we need to raise a different society. You know, we need to raise kids. You know, we need to raise kids. All of a sudden, she start to like tattoos. It's another guy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. So we gotta come together as guys and have conversations like this, you know, where we can actually open each other's eyes. Deep down, you know, whenever your senses start to tingle in, you know it's true. Whenever those alpha senses start to tingle in your eye, in your ears, you know it's true, man. Whenever your gut feelings start to tingle in, you know it's true. You know it's true. You know when there's another guy in the picture as the guy. You know. Just that your ego be too much. That you even ignore the red flags. You ignore a lot of red flags, man. Because of your ego. But your gut feeling told you that there is another guy here. You know when there's another guy. Just that your ego will stand in the way and be like, nah, that's not true. It's a season. Be careful of that season, because it's another guy, man. I'm telling you. Once you start to move different, I'm telling you. Fair fellas. Let's meet next week. Might be having a guest. Next week. Same time, 8:30 on Friday. Might be having a nice guest. And can't wait to have a chat with her. I promised you guys that I'm gonna be even inviting girls on my couch. I'm gonna be inviting girls. This space is big enough, man. I can't do this alone. Gotta invite guests, yeah. Gotta talk, Gotta talk. I'm gonna be having gym sessions. Hit the like button and subscribe. Gonna be having gym sessions with guys that are into self-improvement, and they're gonna put you on game with the product that they're using, because those are really good guys. Like, they're using different products. They're gonna put you on game on what they use for their skin. There's just a lot that's gonna be happening on this channel, I promise you, man. As long as you're good, I'm good. Make sure you subscribe and you hit the like button. I'll see you next week. Sure, fellas.